3 and 2 and 1. What's up and welcome to another episode of Talk Your Shift. I am Mel.
I am Kevin.
And I'm Dom.
She's going to do this every episode at this point.
time.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be me anymore.
Nothing will stop me.
Very nice. Okay. Anyways, y'all are weird. Happy Pride. So it was highly recommended. Kevin was talking to Dom, and he was like, I should come on for Pride. And we were like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So this is our friend Kevin.
Hello.
We love Kevin. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Sweating.
Warm in here.
These lights.
Warm in here.
It's a little warm in here.
Yeah, some lights.
Dom, how you doing today?
I, for the first time,
Here we go.
and you need to insert applaud, like an applauding noise.
And she gives me more work. You see?
Yeah.
Do you see this?
Yeah.
All right. No.
Silent drum roll, please. Don't feel tired. Yes. Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Very nice.
Because I actually got to sleep. Like, I got home late yesterday, but because they moved me to Monday to Friday this week, so I have today off. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to sleep in. I was talking to my manager about it. I was like, Charmaine. I was like, girl, I can't wait. She's like, you can't wait to sleep? She was like, good for you.
What time you woke up?
I went to bed like 1:30, and then
Right?
Staying up late.
I know that's late. Like, I feel like if I don't shut down past like 10:30, 11 o'clock, that is crazy.
We got home from them concerts. You were pumpkining mad quick.
Yeah.
We dropped you off. You were like, I'm already asleep.
Yeah. I woke up like because I didn't have my work alarms on, but I have alarms that are reminders for different sites. So one of those went off, but it's just like a vibration thing. There wasn't actually any noise. So that went off, and I was like, no. So I woke up, shut that off, and then I woke up like 7:40ish or so, and that's sleeping in for me because I get up at 5 for work. So yeah, so I woke up, and then the cats were like, "Are you finally fucking awake, bitch?" So I went and I
cats
fed
will
them.
call you out.
Yeah,
For
so
all
then-
the things.
Yeah,
Including
so-
things you didn't even do.
Yep.
Like starving them.
Yeah, those fucking bastards. So then turned that off, fed them, went back to sleep, woke up around like 9:30, and I was like, no. And I went back to sleep till like 10:30, and I was like, son of a bitch.
That's glorious.
I know.
I'm so happy for you, and I'm sure the audience is happy for you because she's been tired for probably at this point,
Months.
it will be
24 years.
10 episodes in.
Yeah.
She's finally not tired, guys.
Yeah.
We made it to double digits.
Oh my God. Look at us. I hope this is 10 and I'm not miscounting. If I do miscount, I'll just place the thing here.
It's like 10, and it's like the number 2.
Glorious. Okay, so if you are new here, we like to talk about everything. Serious things, happy things, life-changing things, goofy things, because we just love to have insightful conversations amongst I think, friends, because I feel like that's where you can really kind of just sit in your thoughts and your emotions and have like feedback and stuff, as long as you're with people who are, receptive and safe and whatnot and not like crazy. So, or at least the good kind of crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, as I scroll the interwebs, I always end up coming across some really cool stuff.
Yes.
And so, in honor of Pride, I will be, it's really cute. I don't know if I could put a copy of it. You'll see it on the Instagram. But it's a butterfly with rainbow wings because everybody likes the rainbow. Okay. Anyways, here is the meme. Coming out isn't always easy, but it sure does feel good to stretch your wings and fly. Have a gay day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wish I could credit the person. The only thing I can do is credit the person whose Pinterest I got this from, which is Sam Godfrey.
Yeah.
And
So-
Sam.
There you go.
M-I-N.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, sir.
What's up?
Not much. I'm so
What is-
excited
what is
to
popping?
be here.
What is popping?
So, how did you feel about the meme?
Yeah, I feel it. Honestly, like, well, I don't know how much you really want to jump into it, but yeah, honestly, coming out, you definitely feel the relief and to be just who you are, and just like, literally, like, I am sure everybody has felt like that, just like, whoa, just like, yeah, just like,
It sounds nice.
chill, yeah.
You know, like owning that, because for me, it's like also it's like a little like double standard, and it kind of sucks for guys, but like as like a woman that comes out as bisexual, like there's like more leniency, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm kind of like, did you get any like pushback when you came out, or like, I guess, you know, if you don't mind sharing, like, how was it for you?
Well, okay, so I'm pretty sure my family knew, which, like, my mom has said from when I was this tall that she knew. So, when I officially came out, it was kind of like twice. It was like 8th grade was the first time. We were at my other house having dinner. My mom went to the bathroom, and my dad just kind of like looked at me. He's like, "So you're gay, right?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "No, you are." And I'm like, "No." And then so like, and now we're trying to like have this quick little like back and forth. My mom is gonna be back in like 10 seconds. So I was like, so we settled on that I'm bi for like 2 days, and then like 2 days later I was like, "Nah, just kidding," because I was like, I just want that I just want that to just like we're not gonna talk. So then, like, I didn't, like, 8th grade, I was like, I didn't really know yet. I was like, I'm pretty sure I had my first girlfriends in 8th grade. So it was just like, didn't really know. And then in 10th grade, going into my 11th grade year, I started talking to a boy and kind of just like never really ever hung out with guys ever. So now my dad is just like, so like there's like 16 years this has never happened. So I'm just like upstairs in my room, and he just like knocks on the door. He's like, "So can I ask you something?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you and Will like dating?" And I'm like, I maybe. I was like, "I think we're like figuring it out." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna go tell your mom then." And I'm like, "Okay." And then she was like, and he was like, "If she just wanted, she could go tell the rest of the family." I'm like, "Okay." And I just like sat there. I was like, "All right," but I was like. For like we all knew, but I was just like still trying to figure it out myself. And then,
So
like,
it was like your mom gonna like just tell the rest of the family, he finally did it.
I'm pretty sure that's probably how the conversation happened. 'Cause, yeah, everybody knew. Yeah. So then like then I kissed the boy, and then I was like, okay, yeah, now I get it, because like I had girlfriends, only ever like kissed them, but like I didn't feel anything. I was just like, is this like what? Okay, like great.
Oh, is
I was like, all right, great, I have a girlfriend, like. Okay, like, is this supposed to, like, I didn't, no one's ever told you,
He's like, so what now?
Yeah, so I was like, no one's ever told you, like, what you're supposed to feel or whatever, so I'm just like, all right, like, and then, like, I dated a girl for, like, 2 weeks, and then I dated another girl for, like, a month, and then, like, yeah, so, like, once high school happened, I dated this boy for a month, and, like, figured it out, and I was like, yeah, we right. Everybody else is right.
Funny.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Your dad's at the consumer like this. He's like, "Are you gay?"
No, literally, I was just like, and then, yeah, so I was like, I was bi for 2 days in 8th grade, and then I was like, just kidding, because I was like, I don't know yet, like, let me figure it out, I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Like, so, like, when you say you don't know, are you saying, like, you didn't know if, like, you really liked boys, or it was, like, you weren't attracted to girls? Like, is there
Kind of both, but, like, as I got older, and, like, thinking back on, like, elementary school, and being like, oh, like, now I realize, like, I had a crush on a boy, but, like, when you're only 7, 8 years old, you don't really know, and I'm like, all right, but now that I think back on it, like, my mom has asked me years later, been like, when did you know? And I'm like, if I actually really think about it now, probably, like, elementary school. But, like, I didn't know because... Like,
you just know that there's like feelings, or you're like looking, because it's almost like romance and like attraction is different for little kids, because they're just like, oh, I want to hang out with that person, or I want to share my toy with them, or maybe let's hold hands, and so it's just like
I went to Catholic school, so like I had them, the priests and nuns were
can I just tell you, Catholic school be the gayest place because I went to private school when I was in junior high school and in high school, and so I went to a Lutheran school, so it was very small. But Catholic schools get the funds, like they get the funds.
Yeah, like St. Anthony's is the bit. Yeah,
It's wild. So like, what ended up happening was when I didn't really know what was going on because everybody seemed to be straight. In junior high, and then I got to freshman year, everybody was bi, everybody was gay, you're gay, like everyone, I was just like, it was just so crazy, and they all came from a Catholic school, and she was like, and one of my ex-friends was just like, oh yeah, like all the girls over there, they don't even like mess with boys, like it was crazy. You look like you had something to add to that.
It's not my story, but one of my friends, when I was talking to her about, I don't know how, like, I think we were talking about relationships, and she told me, like, she went to an all-girls private school and everything, and she literally was like, yo, they were all gay. Like, one of the stories she told me was just very funny, like, how they would, like tease each other and stuff like that, and, like, the little things that they would do in the hallway, apparently was, like, actually, I don't know if, like, I didn't get permission to.
It's okay. You don't gotta share all the stuff.
So I don't gotta share, but some of the, like, you know how, like, there's, like, high school, like, little hazing things. Yeah. But it's like harmful hazing, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And, and she was just explaining to me, I was like, well, damn. I was like, yeah, y'all, all girls school, I guess, is buck wow.
Yo.
Yeah.
Listen. Catholic school, it's so crazy because it's like they trying really hard. Yeah. And it's like, y'all got the gayest people in there. I'm so sorry. Everybody in there is well, I'm not going to say everybody. I don't want to generalize. Mm-hmm. But there seems to be, a certain percentage of people from the LGBTQ that come from, like Catholic school. Yeah. I seen it with my own eyes, man. These bitches was wilding in freshman year. It was crazy. It was crazy. When I tell you, it was crazy. And then it was nice, though, at the same time for me because, like, I had been battling it for, like, a long time. And I couldn't really figure it out. Figure it out. But I knew something was different. But I'm like, oh, I like boys. And then there was something about women that was, like, nice. Yeah. You know what I mean? There was something about women that was just like, oh, wow. Wow. They're really, she's really pretty. Like, and I thought everybody was like that, and no.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's, like, people could debate me on this, but I do feel like there is a little bit of that in everyone. It's like everybody's a little gay. I truly do feel that way. I don't know. I just truly do feel.
I mean, because I guess it's, if you're talking about like aesthetics and stuff like that. Like if you're like, oh, I can see why this person, bags whoever they bag because they're an attractive individual. Yeah. And so I guess there has to be some sort of something spectrum-y thing in order for you to look at somebody and be like, wow, they're attractive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I get you. I agree.
But yeah, no, I think that meme is really, really nice, and I decided that I will talk about my own personal stuff. Yeah. I was thinking about it.
Wait, I made a weird sound. I was like, that's not the same thing as
no. And Mel's like, like, you're right. So some stuck in there. You okay? But no, like, it's funny because I was thinking about it the other night, and when I was speaking to Oshia and everything, like you know how nervous I was. Like, you can ask Mel. Like, I was so nervous and scared.
I was like, girl, you need to calm down. Finish your story and then I'll tell you what I was saying.
All right. But I just kind of had this moment of realization kind of yesterday and the other night where I was like, whoa, like I felt like a weight was kind of taken off my chest because I could actually be myself. Yeah. And it was crazy because I guess like I never really thought about it before until I was like, whoa, like I don't have to lie to one of my friends or pretend like, you know, because there's many gay panics, which I have a story, but we'll tell the story later. Mel knows the story, and it's actually really funny. But there's a lot of gay panics that happens when someone when you're like kind of hiding it from someone, you know. So it felt really nice to just be myself, and like I know that my biggest fear was because I feel like I told people, well, okay, I didn't initially tell people. Some of my friends told me. So I was like, okay, so you fruit, so like you can't be mad at me for being fruit. Like, you know, you can't just be like, no, we're not friends. So like I was like, okay, like they're a part of the community, so like on a serious note. They're a part of the community, so I didn't feel like I was gonna be ostracized for it. So when they did it, and I felt so inspired, especially when one of my friends, who I won't name because she hasn't come on the show yet, when she spoke with me, I was like, holy shit, like, I felt so inspired by her just so casually being like, yeah, so the he is a she. And I was like, fucking dope, bro. So I just felt like so safe to say, you know, what I had to say. And it really does, what?
Now I'm just like, so what do you have to say, Dom?
I still get shy. But
Because you talking about it, but like,
man, y'all know what the episode's about. I don't gotta say nothing.
all right, girl. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go in order. Bi.
Gay.
I want to say pan because what I've noticed is that
Yeah.
it yeah, like a
What?
supportive father.
Cause you was just
I literally was just willy.
you was in the fruit bowl.
I know. That's what I'm telling. That's
And
what I'm
you
saying.
were just in the bowl, like, huh? It's nice to be a chip.
That's
like
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is like.
She thinking she in a bowl of chips and she's just like,
But it's
oh,
so
my name.
funny though. It's so
Strawberry.
funny. Yeah, I'm a strawberry. I embrace it. Like that's what's so funny to me is that like when I was thinking about it, it was like it feels nice to be myself and not have to necessarily always have those gay panics, you know. But it's so funny because when I think about it, I'm like, bitch, like you got tendencies where like people look at you and they're just like, you know, oh, she fruity.
And her tendency is women flirting with her and her being like, they're just friendly.
No, her and Carlton, like, what is it you guys call me? Not the converter or some shit like that. Basically, just
we
like
did, or like she.
if someone's
Dom
on
will
the
make
fence,
you question because
Yeah.
she is so sweet. Hold on, I gotta give her
my
her
God.
flowers right now. Dom is so sweet and so like committed to friendship and like connection with people that you just feel so good around her. And so it's just like, plus she cute. So like
God.
if somebody feeling her like that, like why wouldn't they? She's an attractive girl. She's a good looking girl.
Thank you.
Good looking kid.
Thank you.
So like, yeah. So she out here getting everybody to question what's going. They questioning around her. Ain't nobody questioning around me.
That's not true.
I mean, I have no idea.
I don't be knowing.
I really have no idea.
I really don't be knowing. And then her and Carlton, like, I'll tell them a story or something like that, or we will be out. Like, I remember one of our performances, which is why we came up with the code, the safe word for me, was because what would happen was, like, I'd be vibing, I'd be chilling, playing drums, and I'd just be a social little butterfly. And then next thing I know, there'd be some older ladies. Well, they're not older, but like some ladies like talking to me.
Sorry.
But they're like trying to and I'm not picking up on it, and I'm just being super nice. And they're like trying. Like I had a stalker at one point, but not like a stalker.
Oh,
Remember that girl?
yeah.
That girl that followed the band account, and then like it was interesting.
Like the girl, like she came to Sober like every show.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes!
that's a throwback.
Yes. And like that's why we came up with a code word, because
Yeah.
at another show, this other woman would
I
follow
forgot
me
your
around.
long list.
Would follow
Wow.
me around. It was a long list. Would follow me around.
At least I can think of at least 3.
That's not a long list. That's bullet
That's a longer list than me.
It
Also,
wasn't
I've been married,
Yeah.
so
But yeah, so one show, like, this lady was just following me around, and, like, I told Christina and Carlton and Mel, and I was like, yeah, this actually is kind of weird. Like, she just, like, follows me around. And I was a kid. I was 18.
yes. But the other
I
thing
didn't
too
know.
was maybe you also just weren't attracted to them because
True.
contrary to popular belief, people a part of the LGBTQ don't just like everybody. Like, you have to be attractive.
Yeah.
You okay over it? Would you like to speak your
That is
piece?
such a mood.
Yeah.
Because everybody, it's like, oh, I know someone gay. I still have, like, I have preferences. It's not like, just because they're gay, and I'm like, I still have, like, who I'm attracted to. Like, just because you have legs and you're gay don't mean, like, I'm attracted to you. Like,
You're
what
like,
do you
Pulse
mean?
gay?
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I
Wow.
have a lot of people, like, everybody will be like, oh, I have a gay friend, and, like, they'll show me, and it's like, sometimes I'll feel awkward, because, like, they're not my type, and I'm like, how do I nicely, like, tell, because, like, you're trying to be nice, and I'm like, I'm okay. Like, I'm like,
I'm good. I'm actually seeing someone right now.
I know.
I'm
like,
seeing big.
yeah.
Run.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, that's what's so scary. I know that's one of the things I was scared about. Especially when I came out to Oshi, because she's not, and, like, pretty much all of my other friends are. So, so we have that understanding, but, like, I told her, like, I was scared and whatever, and I hysterically cried, like, audibly cried, and they couldn't hear because they had music playing, which, thank God.
We were trying to give her privacy.
I was loud
Okay.
crying, like, hysterically crying and trying to speak at the same time, and when I did that, Oshi was like, I think I know what you're saying, but I don't know. I had to go through the whole thing again. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so yeah. But
Oh my
one of the
God.
things I vocalized was exactly that. I was like, I was scared because people switch up when you tell them, and it's like, listen, like, I think you're beautiful. Yeah, you're attractive. Go get your thing. But, like, I don't want you. Like, like, people switch up, and it's like, and that's what I told her. Like,
you never know. You don't know
you
until
you don't know. Some
it's
people
one
switch.
thing. Yeah, it's one thing if, like, it's a gay person across the street, or like a, you know what I mean, like a
But when
coworker or something like that. But then all of a sudden, if it's your child, or it's
Someone in your
your friend or your cousin or something, all of a sudden now you got a problem with it, and it's just like, but wow.
Yeah.
Which thankfully she didn't.
Yeah,
and, like,
I had a
she
feeling,
felt
yeah.
like she was like, why were you scared to tell me? And then when she found out, she was like because the first person, or first people that I told, it was like a year and a half ago, something like that. And she's like, bitch, a year? But I was like, no, because, like, what if you didn't want to have sleepovers anymore because you felt uncomfortable? Or, like, I'm not a very PDA person. But when I have anxiety, that's when I get very, like, hold me. So, like, I felt very like, okay, well, if I'm having anxiety and I need to hold someone's hand, are you going to feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Because, like, people get weird like that, where
They
it's
do.
like, like, you have an attraction to the same gender that I am, and it's like, well, I don't want to date you. It's like, bitch, I don't want to date you either. So, like,
that also, it's like the other side. It's like, okay, just because you're gay, I doesn't mean I have to like you, but also
Yes.
because you're like, just because, like, you're straight and, like, oh no, he might like me. Like, I also have, like, preferences just because, like, sorry, like, Ralph, like, I'm not, like, you're not attractive. Like, no, like, but not, like, like, I'm not, like, you're not my type. So it's like, don't, like, oh, like, he might hit on me, like, you're okay. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a group of friends, the same thing. Like, I know which guy friends are kind of like, you can be a little bit more touchy-feely, or, like, you be near them, and then some of them, it's just like, you can, like, stay over there, I'll stay over here, and we'll just, like, we'll tolerate each other, but, like, I kind of know there's the uncomfortability there.
Does
but,
it
like,
ever bother you?
Nah, at this point, it used to, but at this point, being out for 12 years and being 28 years old, like, I just don't care. Like, if you're not harming, if you're not being negative towards me, then, like, you're gonna have your preferences. If you don't like gay people, then, like, don't be gay. But, like, like, or, like, but, like, for real, like, it just because, like, I don't understand, like, you just do your thing, I'll do my thing, like.
Yeah, and we'll just tolerate each other in this space because of mutual.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's nice. I'm like, dang. Well, that's good. I mean, you still feel safe though around them.
Oh yeah, well that's if I knew if anything were to still happen, like if we were out in public and like some shit was going down, I knew that they would still step in and like protect me. But like we still like just like you see.
Okay, all right. So there's levels.
Yeah.
There's levels to it. You know what's very interesting though? Like, I don't know if this happened to you guys, but like in high school, I felt like all the boys liked to play gay. Like they would like grab each other and hit each other's asses and stuff, and then be like, "But no homo though." And
but then the gay boy walks in the room and then it's like, "Oh my
like,
god!" And I'm like,
"Oh, I don't want to date you."
Yeah.
But then like they're fucking groping Fred, and it's like, "Oh, we're bros," and it's like, "You more than bros."
I watched that and I was like, oh well, like you know what I mean. I'm like, they're comfortable like that because like I also feel like there's certain friends of mine. I'm like, I feel like now I don't do it anymore really, but I used to like hit my friends' butts, and not in like a sexual way, just because I was like, you look good in them jeans, bitch. Bah! You know what I mean? Because people used to do it to me all the time, so I just thought it was like a long exhale. Yeah. People used to do that to me. I remember one time I sat on Christina's lap and I didn't realize her hand was there. And then I'm so sorry. And like when I got up, she's like, don't worry about it. Your butt is so soft. She's like, I didn't expect it to be so soft, but it is. It was just like, I don't remember if she said a cloud or a marshmallow. I don't remember what she said, but she described it as something. It was very funny and I felt bad because I could sit on like a hairbrush.
Did you sit on a pencil or some shit?
No, not a pencil. I sat on a couple of things. Not in that kind of way, guys. I sat on a brush. If you lose the remote, chances are I'm sitting on it.
Yeah.
But
I remember in high school just like a bunch of straight dudes being like, oh, lesbians are so hot, but like gay dudes no. And I'm like, you sounded stupid. Like you can't just because like you think it's hot. Like you can't be like, oh, but like gay dudes, that shouldn't be a thing. And I'm like, but you can't be like, oh, like two girls are like doing whatever, but like you can't have like both. Like you can't be like negative towards one and then be like, oh, but that's hot.
I mean, it's the curse of being sexualized, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and it's just like I remember. Like everyone, all the girls came out as bi at one point. I feel like it just you know how like there's a time where everyone's just having babies, like that's what it was like. Excuse me. It was like everybody was bi, and I was like, I didn't say shit. I kept it to myself because I was like, I think that I am, but I don't want to go. And it's just like, I didn't feel like doing it in that moment because I didn't want it to seem like I was like just jumping and like the other thing was the boys were sexualizing it to such a degree where it was just like and it's and I hate to say it, but I felt like some like pick-me's were saying it to just whatever you know, and that's why I kind of, at this point, I didn't have a problem with it before, but I have a problem at this point where straight women will be like, I'm not into girls, but if I'm drunk, I'll make out with you. And I'm just like...
I don't get that.
That's not...
But when you drink,
it's a little fruity.
Yourself, I have something to tell you.
No, but it's like, and that kind of happened to me a couple of times. Oh, wow. And it was just like...
Why don't the guys do that, though? Always the women that are like, oh, I'm going to drink a little bit and make out with women. But no guys are going to be like, oh, I'm going to drink and make out. You know what? That's not true. But it's definitely not as common. How about that?
Oh, my God.
I just thought it was...
well, oh, my... That's what I was about to say. But
not as common.
It's not as common, but it's getting more common. And I really hope that, like, people... get not comfortable with that. Like either you gay, you bi, you pan, whatever, but don't go around making out with people and saying you're straight because you're not.
It's very confusing, you know.
It is because I'm an emotional person and like it takes me a second. So I'm just like, you know. Oh, there were a couple of people actually that were like, I'd make out with you if I was drunk, but like that's it. And in my head, I was like, but I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't.
Well, that makes one of us.
I feel bad. It's weird, though.
Yeah.
It's just weird to, like, they jump in and out of these spaces, and now I'm very lucky to be around a lot of people within the community. Like, I was telling somebody that Damien is literally going to be around, like, the whole community, because I'm sitting here really trying to think, like, who is straight that come around my baby, and I'm like, my mother, like, my dad, like, and I'm like, family, I guess, except for, like, a family member, but that's it. Like, I'm like, everybody's, like, there's some queerness going on. And it's lovely. And I'm hoping, like, he could be whatever he want to be. Whatever he feels that he's going to be. I just don't want him to be a bigot or, like, a homophobe or a transphobe or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that at least exposure to all of us is just, that he'll just see us as people, and just be one of those secure, like, men, like, if that's, who he feels he is, like, that just can give a gay man a hug. You know what I mean? That looks at two lesbians and is like, that's a beautiful couple. Instead of like, I'm going to go masturbate. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry.
I feel like if you like teach him, because he's 9 months old, like if you teach him that from the start, I feel like that's just how you grow up. Because I feel like if you, like, even just like interracial babies or whatever, and it's like they play together, but then it's like, as they get older, like, you learn to be racist, or you learn to have that hatred. You're not born with it. So if you, like, tell him, like, oh, like, gay, whatever, he's gonna know, like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be such a simple, like, little conversations here and there. You know what I mean? That's just, like, we don't have to have this huge talk. Yeah. I feel like it's just a regular thing. Just like, mommy is Puerto Rican and daddy is black. You know what I mean? It's just that people are all different types of, flavors. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, well, that, your Uncle Kevin, he likes boys. And then that's it. Yeah. And I feel like if you just make it a matter of fact, that's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not going into any details. It's just like, you like who you like, and,
Well, that was, like, kind of like the thing of, like, so I have an uncle who's gay, and he actually, when, like, first he married a woman, he had 2 kids, and then, like, maybe, like, in his 40s, was just like, no. So then, like, just like, well, like, not, like, it was more extreme, like, he was full on, like, they live in Georgia, so, like, he flew up here, it was full on, like, mental breakdown, like, on my aunt's couch, like, not well. So then, like, he met my Uncle Bob, and they've been together ever since, and it's been over, like, 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been so freeing, but also, like, so stressful knowing that you have, like, a family and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was a little hard on, like, my cousins. I don't know if they're... I think they still have, like, not resentment, but, like, aren't fully comfortable with it, because they're just like, you kind of ruined the family. Like, kind of, like, I think they have that aspect. I don't think they would ever even see this, so, like, whatever. But...
I can always cut this out.
Yeah, nah, I don't care. Whatever. I literally haven't even talked to them in, like, 10 years. But, no, but, like, so, like, I grew up, like, having my gay uncle, but, like, it wasn't ever a thought, because it was just, like, Uncle Jim and Uncle Bob, and, like, that was it. Like, it wasn't, like, what are they doing? It was just, like, that's just my Uncle Bob, like, who's married into the family. Like, that's it. Yeah. And then, like, once I, like, got older and realized, I was like, oh, okay. But, like, as a child, I wasn't, like... like, you just have, like, your aunt and uncle, and now I just have 2 uncles. Like, oh, okay. Like...
very matter of fact,
Yeah, I think because they, like, got together, like, right before I was born, or, like, as I was born. So, it's been, like, 28 years, 30 years.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, the beginning of it is rough. No, but it is, and I feel like that's kind of how it is, if you're lucky if you get, like, the type of coming out story that all of us, want, you know? Not all of us are lucky.
That's true.
Because I definitely, when I came out 18. I was 18. And it was with my mom. And I told her, I was like, so I'm bi. And she just looked at me and was just like, curious? And I was like, no.
Now we got past the curious part.
I'm like, no, I am. And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
all right, you know, because sometimes I'm like, no, I know. So,
Yeah.
But even like that in itself was kind of like, ouch, you know? It wasn't this tremendous like hurt, but it definitely was like, I don't know. It was kind of like, ouch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I was bi-curious, then maybe I'd tell you I was bi-curious.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would have told her if I was bi-curious, because I was bi-curious. And then when I was like, no, I'm bi. Hello. Like, but, you know, it's just like, and there are people who have like crazy coming out stories where it's just like not, you know.
Mine is like when, you know, everybody's like, oh, what's your coming? I'm like, it was like my dad ex, and I was like, yeah, and like that's it. Like, and some people have like this whole like, you know, they wasn't accepted, they wasn't about, and it's like this whole grand scheme. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely lucky in that aspect, and it's just like I don't think of it just because like it's now also been 12 years, but it's just like, yeah, it's like a privilege that I just like my parents are just like, all right, like cool, like kind of same thing. They were like, you know, be safe, keep your door open, no boys now. You know, like, cause I was not allowed to have girls in my room. Now the only thing that changed, I can't have boys in my room.
That's so
like,
funny. They're like, you have a friend coming over, and like prior to you coming out, they're like, there's a girl there. You better keep that door open, man. But now it's like, Kevin, who's in your room? And you're like, Tommy, you better open that goddamn door. And you're like, Christina's in my room. They're like, oh,
yeah, time.
okay.
Yeah.
Switch.
Amazing.
That's funny.
That's wild.
Yeah. I haven't spoken to my parents about it yet, but again, I had tendencies.
This
so
is
they
not
know.
this is not coming out till the end of the month. So
No,
you have
no,
time
I
to
know.
come out to them.
Well, no, they definitely know, because like my dad,
She played hockey.
and
And she's
like 2
a
weeks
drummer.
ago.
I just want to
What
put
did
that
you
out
do
there.
2 weeks
She
ago?
I literally said that.
plays hockey and she's a drummer. I'm not saying everybody that plays hockey and
That
is a
is
drummer is fruity. But this one in
But if the crop
particular,
fits.
yeah. Oh my god.
He said if the crock fits.
That's what you said? I thought you said if the prop fits.
No, I said if the croc fits.
I didn't know what that.
I
That's
was
why
gonna
I
say
sat here
boot
quiet.
Crocs. You always be wearing them Crocs.
Oh, I
If
fucking
the
love my
croc
Crocs.
fits.
That's funny. No, but my dad, he thought that one of my friends and I were dating.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Her and I have actually kind of talked about it, and we laugh about it. But and it makes me feel good because she'll make jokes now knowing like how I really feel. Because I guess I never really said it. Actually, my cousin said it. Because it was funny, like when I came out to my cousin, to Anthony, he was like, because I didn't know, like not many people know what pan really entails. They just know,
Oh no,
all right,
I'm so
lesbian,
excited
gay,
about this.
bi. So my cousin knew, and like I was explaining to him and everything. I was like, yeah, like I think I just love people, and that's not saying everyone I love is romanticized, but more so like I think for me, it's not that I'm necessarily thinking about what gender you are. I'm more so thinking emotionally, like, you know, can I confide in you? Do you feel comfortable in confiding in me? And like, for me, it's more of who the person is, and then the physical aspect.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is for me.
That's just
So
the extra.
yeah. So I was talking to Ant about it, and he was like, oh yeah. He was like, you know, I kind of thought. He was like, because you played hockey and you played drums. Everyone says that. I'm like, I outed myself. But
And this is not to stereotype people.
No.
It's just very funny.
Yes.
And it's a
Everyone says it.
coincidence. That's all.
Coincidence.
Yes.
But yeah, so then Ant was like, oh, yeah, like, you know, we kind of figured, but, you know, we just thought, Ant was like, we thought maybe, like, you were going to dip a toe. We didn't know. I was like, but I kind of figured. He was like, yeah, but my one friend, he's pansexual. And I was like, oh, you know what that is? I was like, all right, well, that's me. And he was like, all right, cool. And
So should I save the PowerPoint presentation?
yeah, that's how I felt.
Great.
But
He's like, so do you want to order pizza or not?
yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
like,
cool.
but Domino's
Like,
is on the phone, so
Yeah.
like, you want pepperoni or not?
oh my god, bitch, why you crying? You want stuffed crust? But yeah, so like, it makes me feel comfortable because that one friend like made a joke about. She was like, "Did we look like a couple?" And I was like, like that made me feel so good because it was like, you can still make that joke with me knowing about my sexuality and not feel uncomfortable. And I was like, wow, like that really showed me like you fuck with me like that, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like you're not, that's not what's on your mind. What's on your mind is like, no, you're a good person and you're my friend and like I'm not going to judge you for who you want to date and stuff. But like my dad, one thing that he said was that he was like, I just don't understand like why it's such a hard thing for people to understand. Two people just love each other. Like why is it such a big thing? And this I didn't even hint nothing to it. Like homeboy and I are just talking.
Maybe he was trying to hint it at you.
I think
he was like, "Come on, girl, I know."
Because, well, he thought that, you know, my one friend and I were definitely dating because like she's very loosey goosey with the terms like babe or like stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought that this conversation was going another direction.
I think this is why. No,
That's what I was saying. I was like.
Like I said, that'll be on the Patreon.
But no, like one time she was in my room and she was like, I don't know, she yelled something and then she said babe and like my dad was there and like it was more so like I had a gay panic because I was like,
bitch, don't call me babe.
yeah, like
And your dad is over here like,
yeah, well, that's...
Are you gonna answer?
My parents literally... Because I know it. He's like, I know it ain't me. He's like, there's only two of us in this goddamn room. But no, so my dad and I were just talking about, like, people loving each other. And he was just saying, like, I don't understand why it's such a big deal if it's heterosexual or a homosexual relationship. And he was like, I know people who are in heterosexual relationships that are like have been married for years and hate each other, are in such an unhealthy, toxic, and unhappy relationship. But, you know, you see two guys on the train so madly in love, but it's a problem. But then, you know, you see a man and a woman in a relationship that hate each other, cheat on each other. But, oh, no, it's okay because it's a man and a woman. Yeah. And my dad was just like, it made me feel really good because obviously I didn't, you know, say anything like about hinting at me coming out or anything, but it made me feel okay because I was like, cool. So like when I eventually do, it's not gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be a
thing.
super simple conversation, but I feel like your dad's gonna be like.
It's gonna probably be the same thing with my dad. Yeah, he's gonna be like.
Sometimes he surprises me. Sometimes I think he's gonna be funny, but then he's like super
so
like
insightful.
Yeah, and then there's other times where you think you're gonna get insightful, and he's just fucking hilarious, and you weren't expecting it. So I'm excited for you to have that
I think
when
both
you're
of
ready.
My parents, I think both of my parents, one, no, but two, they just don't care. And like, you know, my mom, I feel like my mom, oh my gosh, she's gonna embarrass the shit out of me.
This is my daughter.
Yeah.
She likes everybody.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be like, bro, shut up. Like, can you let me live? Let me live.
Me with Danielle at the Yoongi concert with the Yoongi's love lesbians. I'm like,
yes.
And she's like, shut up.
Oh my god, Danielle's so fucking funny, bro.
So let's take it to Reddit. Oh. Catastrophe Central.
Oh god.
Every week when I listen to yours, because I listen on Spotify for the most part, because so I do DoorDash for working right now, so I'll just be driving around and I'll listen to podcasts, so I'll put yours on, and when you guys get to the Am I the Asshole, I'm usually at a red light screaming, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm probably traffic is staring at me because my sunroof is open and I'm screaming, you guys, everybody's screaming, and I'm like.
Well, thank you for supporting us. That's really sweet. And I like that. Yeah. You yell with us because Dom and I will scream lyrics and stuff in our cars. We don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be fucking.
You be jamming.
If I'm not cackling from laughter, I'm having a concert. So it's
a whole thing. All right. So let's do. Let me see. Because I have 3.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's pride related? Huh?
Yes, it is.
Imagine she's like, no.
All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for warning my coworker about my sister? Throwaway account because a lot of my colleagues use Reddit. I, 32 male, work in an office with around 20 people. Over time, some of us have formed friendships and hang out outside of work for a drink or so. My sister Chloe, 29 female, sometimes joins us to get My sister Chloe, 29 female, sometimes joins us for these get-togethers. There was a recent addition to our team, Victoria, 26 female. She's an extremely kind, sweet person and gets along with everybody. So we invited her to join us in one of our beer nights. Chloe also joined us, and I noticed she exchanged numbers with Victoria. Chloe's gay. The thing is, Chloe has no boundaries when it comes to dating. She's charismatic by nature, gets hit on or hits on girls very often, and quickly jumps from one relationship to the other. She has ruined more than a few of my friendships by dating my friends, breaking their heart and ultimately leading to those friends distancing themselves from me too. I have told her to not do this with my friends, but she never listens. Long story short, I learned from Victoria that Chloe gave her her phone number to call for help or legal advice for a problem she had, because Chloe apparently is a lawyer. And it was turning into something more. Victoria is an extremely sweet person, and I honestly don't want her to get hurt. So I told Victoria about Chloe and said that while I absolutely would support her if she wanted to pursue something with my sister, Chloe has a pattern and it might end up hurting her. Victoria thanked me for the information and only was saddened by it. The next day, Chloe came raging after me and blamed me for saying something to Victoria because she was acting like a different person. I explained the situation, and she called me childish and an asshole and accused me of getting involved in other people's business. We had an argument, and there's still some tension between us. My wife thinks I got myself into something unnecessary. Most of my friends think I saved Victoria from disaster. I would like to know, am I the asshole?
No.
That's what they voted to.
Okay.
That's what they voted
I thought
to.
this was going a complete different direction.
I gotcha.
No, because I thought it was gonna be like, oh, like I'm like telling everybody that my sister's a lesbian, like warning them about that.
That's what I thought.
And I was gonna be like, yeah, like why do you have to say anything? That's hard.
Right? Because you don't want to be in other people's business.
Yeah.
But also, like...
But also stop dating all your brother's friends. Like,
or, like, coworkers.
yeah.
Like, all of the... That's...
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, there's a lot of people. Like, you could just chill around them. You know what I mean? And then just go... When you go out, do you. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel. Excuse me. I'm trying to...
Yeah, if you're being, like... kind of like if you're dating everybody and then like ruining all these, but like it feels like a one-time thing, then like but like if you're like dating multiple like of your brothers, whoever, and ruining those friendships, relationships, that like now you're gonna, that's a coworker, that's also a little awkward when you have to like do your 9 to 5 every day, and then like,
and she's like crying in the bathroom over your sister, like could you imagine? Oh my god. That's why I'm like, I don't think he's the asshole. Just because, like, if his sister held, respected that boundary, then he would not have had to step in. Yeah. And I'm actually surprised with Victoria's response. That was very mature and like, because some people be like, mind your business. You know what I mean? Which is what we got from the sister. But like, she was like, thanks. Let me tell you something. For me, I'm like, listen. If you know that the person I'm talking to is a little thotty-thot, like, do it. You know why? Because I've had my heart broken way too many times. I ain't got time. I don't got the time or the patience. So that's why it's just like, please let me know.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, some people in my life know that from experience, but we won't name names. But, yeah, if you, like, tell someone, like, don't do it, then, like, you should listen.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Victoria because she was just like, oh, okay, great. Well, not great. Like, she was sad about it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, because then she could have just been like, oh, like, you're just trying to, like, get me away from your sister. Like, you could have that attitude, too. Yeah,
that's what I thought originally, but then it was... He mentioned his wife at the end, and I was like, oh, you're not hating. Yeah. I thought he was hating. And then I was like, I don't think you're hating. I think you're being really genuine because of the other friendships. Yeah.
Well, homegirl, Chloe.
Chloe.
Reel it in.
Reel it in, baby girl. Reel it in. Because, like, that's kind of fucked. Not kind of. That's fucked. That
multiple friendships.
Yeah, multiple friendships. That's not cool. That's not cool. And then I'm assuming the way that he approached her was a bit more mature, because I get a mature vibe from him. But if your brother comes and talks to you about something that's bothering him that pertains to his friends, it's not like he spoke to her about something that has nothing to do with him. It affects him. Yeah. And he's vocalizing to you, maybe not fucking go after my friends. Just an idea. Like,
or coworkers.
Or coworkers.
You better never bring your boss to one of those barbecues. I tell you what.
So we said, target acquired, locked.
God.
She's like, but no, like, I think that's really messed up that he spoke with her and her response was more so, don't tell me what to do. And it's like, let's fucking calm down here.
Yeah.
You know?
I have, like, questions for this, though, because, like, is she a lesbian or is she bi? Because if you're dating, like, that many of your... Well, also how many friends of your brothers, because, like, good for you for having, like, that many lesbian friends. I think I know, like, having just that many gay people in your life in general. I'm, like, I know, like, 3, and 2 of them are here. So, like, what... So, like, I have questions, like, or is she just, like, dating, like,
you're
is
like,
she
where do you acquire all of his friends?
But, like, is she bi and just, like, dating all of his friends?
Gotcha, I see what you're saying.
You know, because then I'm like, yeah, good for you for, like, knowing that many gay people, because, like, where are you?
Homegirl's just
and, like,
fucking opening fire.
Knocking him down, man. It's just like, and that, I think it's just the friend thing. Like, and it seems like he doesn't have a problem with her doing her thing with anything else. And he even said, like, I'll totally support if you want to go out with my sister.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really sweet because I guess he's like, she's very nice. It's a nice girl for Chloe to bring home if she decides she's going to do that. You know? And he was just like, she's too nice of a girl. You ever see that? Like, with, like, that, you know, I feel like that was kind of me at one point because people were warning me of an ex, and they're just like, you're too nice of a girl to deal with this. Yeah, I still dealt with it. I've been told that. But
and yes. And then you continue for like another year, and then you're like, oh. And then you realize, and you're like,
more like a year. More than a year, but you know, I'm over that now. I'm at a new point in my life where
she a married woman.
I am, where respect and, you know, good vibes and honesty and all those kinds of things. I like those things now. I don't get attracted to emotionally unavailable people. So that's nice. Yes. So yeah, but you're right. She don't. You know, that's crazy. I'm really thinking. What? No, I'm just thinking about like
who's she dating?
Yeah. Girl, how
you got me thinking.
I'm that big with that many fish. Like I'm just.
You know what? Yeah, maybe she is bi. Who knows?
Yeah,
he didn't specify.
She's in the ocean.
That's wild. So I would say he's not the asshole. What do we think?
No,
absolutely
definitely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Now there's another one?
Huh?
There's another one?
No.
Oh.
That's because I had different choices. I was trying to just see what this conversation was going, and then I was going to pick one that I thought like would flow in with our stuff. All right. So we are going to move on to our affirmation part. I don't know what that was. I am weird. And also hyped up on sugar. So.
We did say unsweetened. So if, I don't know.
Yeah, because there's still sugar in this. That's why I say unsweetened. Because the lemonade part still has sugar.
Okay.
So it's extra sugary if you tell them to sweeten it. That's why I was just like, Anyways. Dom, what affirmation do you have for us today?
It's so embarrassing.
I don't care. I don't care. I know her. She knows me. We're friends. If you didn't know, we have a podcast. It's called Talk Your Shift.
And here because I'm held captive. All right. So, we have 2. Yes, not 1, but 2. I was waiting to see if you guys would join in.
Yeah. I was here, and then I went.
Wow. You got some moves.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so affirmation. The first one, I heard that.
They heard it too.
I was gonna say, I hope the mic picks that shit up. So our first one is silent drum roll, please. I love that you guys like do it silently. The first time I said that, I thought that someone was gonna make a mistake, but besides the point. Anyway, the first one is my uniqueness is magical. Whoa, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the second one is I'm valued and appreciated.
Yes, 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 yes. Those are wonderful.
Yes. So we hope that both or either or if none feel good for you.
Come back.
Come back. You know, if you have a recommendation, give us a recommendation. But yeah, we hope that either or both of those affirmations stick with you and that it helps you in some way, shape, or form. Will it? I don't know.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. We're
Yeah.
hoping. We're hoping for you. We're rooting for you. We love you. If you don't love yourself, keep working
How
on
the
it.
hell you gonna love somebody else?
Son of a bitch!
In the wise
Can I
words
get an
of
amen?
Miss RuPaul herself.
Yes!
You know, I'm singing Arena Sawayama.
Who?
Huh?
Son of a B! What? All right, you guys gotta listen to her music. She's fantastic.
Oh.
She actually also, I think she's bi.
Nice.
She has a song called Cherry, which you guys should check out.
Did you send me that? No. You sent me. You told me about it.
Yes, and she has a song that kind of talks about her experience of realizing, like, I'm not straight.
Ooh.
It's cool. So you guys should check that song out. Cherry, it's a bop. Fucking fantastic.
It's a bob.
Girls got vocals.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin, for coming.
This was so fun. Oh, hello.
I did not turn and look.
She
So I
keeps
was
doing
so
this to
ready.
everybody.
I was so ready to shake my own hand.
Yes.
I got you.
And then you was nervous, and then you just fit
Yeah.
right in because
Yeah.
it's
I don't think
ridiculous.
I've really looked at y'all at all, but it's fine. Done.
It's okay. No, I look at them every once in a while, and then I look at
Yeah.
you guys, and I look back, and you know, it's a back and forth
got
thing.
it covered for both of
Dom
us.
loves to stare at our audience.
I didn't stare. wait, do it again.
You just crazy. Anyways,
I know.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
fun. Leave in the comments below. Should I come back?
Kevin.
I'm coming back, but like you can leave the comments anyway.
That's what I'm about to say. He is coming back.
I'm literally gonna comment and say no. I'm gonna make a burner account, and it's literally gonna be names like, yo, F Kevin.
We just no, but full lowercase period.
Okay. All right, Dom. Take us out.
All right, I'll take us out on a date. So,
Ooh.
I was kidding.
Aw.
You're like,
I
aw.
haven't gone on a date in a while.
Same.
Well, good luck. Anyway.
Damn, get
Anyway.
roasted.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so you can find us on multiple different platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. You can email us.
Yes.
And Patreon?
TikTok.
I always sorry TikTok, I forget because you're about to get banned. So sorry girl. But yeah, TikTok. We are working on a Patreon. So Mel, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Okay. So the goal is to have
Sorry.
our Patreon up and running July. So I'm hoping it'll probably be around mid-July. But if that changes, you'll see it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, we'll definitely keep you updated. But the goal is July.
Yes.
I'm like really excited about this. So we're going to have extra Patreon episodes. Kevin will be on one of our Patreon episodes. We're gonna do at least one like private Patreon episode a month, and then I am also going to be doing some ASMR videos for people who have anxiety or who need a little something to help them go to sleep. And then we're going to have some kick-ass behind-the-scenes footage because if you think we're silly like this, you have no idea all the stupid shit I have to cut out of these videos. So,
The chaos.
Yes.
the utter chaos.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
is this gonna be like patreon.com/talkyourshit?
I think so.
If you're listening, write that down.
Get a pen. But yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun. So I listened to another podcast. It's Ladies and Tangents, and they started doing a Patreon as well. And it's they call it Ladies After Dark. So it's kind of like more, a little bit like more scandalous.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. So like not, you gotta pay for it, but like, not for everybody. But
Oh yes, no, I am
Yeah.
so excited
it's
because
so fun.
I'm super scandalous and I cannot wait to get into the nitty gritty on Patreon. I'm on my best behavior here, guys. We're on YouTube. I'm on my best behavior, so it's just like on the Patreon, I can just really let my freak flag fly. Freak flag. I'm gonna try that again. I can really let my freak flag fly. Woo! Try to say that shit 6 times fast.
I don't even know if I can once.
I
Freak
low-key developed a
flag
speech
fly.
impediment because of my missing tooth, so I'm not even gonna...
Yeah, so that'll
Alright.
be so fun.
Yes.
I'm looking forward
Yes.
to it.
So you will be seeing Kevin again. Kevin,
Yes.
where can the people find you?
My socials, I got Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. They're all the same. It's ghost_Sanhwa, SANHWA.
Ooh.
K-pop related. So realistically, follow the Instagram for like my life. Everything else is just K-pop related. So.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody likes
Yeah.
the K-pop now. It's what the kids are into.
So fun.
Fucking good. Listen, you got taste. You got taste. Oh, we actually didn't say the name of our handles. I mean, I'm sure that they know, but... Because it's the same name across the board.
Oh
so-
yeah, we're Talk Your Shift across,
across
the
the board, so
board, baby.
Never mind. Never mind.
That was an ugly wink.
Wait,
I think that's a
can I
little
see
bit
how
better.
you did it? It was alright.
It was all right. All right, it happens.
If you haven't done so already, make sure you go and uppercut the shit out of that like button and subscribe button, and then give it a little tap on the back for being such a trooper after you give it a black eye.
Yeah, follow, like, subscribe, comment, do all of it.
Yeah.
At
All
same
the
time.
things,
All of
yes.
it.
Very nice.
Thank you. Proceed, Mellard.
Thank you. Okay, it was great hanging with you. We're gonna see you later. Bye-bye.
Adios.